Good morning, my name's Alan Mayer. I'm a retired Anglican priest and I'm leading us through 365 Bible studies to introduce us to the different kinds of literature there are in the Bible and to see what we can learn from them. At the moment we're doing days 128 to 142, which is the statutes and laws of Old Israel, laws relating to human behaviour towards other humans. And today we're looking at a text from Deuteronomy chapter 10, verses 14 to 22, about looking after the needy and looking after foreigners. I'll turn you around so you can see the text. People of Israel, listen to what Yahweh your God is demanding of you. The highest heavens belong to Yahweh. So does the earth and all that is in it. His love for your forebears was so strong that he chose them instead of anyone else, and you remain his chosen people. From now on, be obedient to Yahweh and stop being stubborn. Yahweh, your God, is first, above all gods and lords, great, mighty, and fearful. He is unbiased and unbribable. He will make sure that orphans and widows are treated well. He loves the foreigners that live among our people and sees to it that they are clothed and fed. He wants you also to love them because you were once foreigners in Egypt. Obey Yahweh your God and worship him alone. Be faithful and only make promises in his name. He is your God. With your own eyes, you have seen the great and astonishing things he has done for you. Praise him. When your forebears went down into Egypt, there were only 70 of them. Now, Yahweh your God has made you as many as the stars above. In these old laws, we will find one of the major places where the Bible disagrees with itself. In other places, we find a horror of foreigners. Foreigners invade and enslave the Jews and must be defeated and destroyed. Foreign wives persuade their husbands to abandon Yahweh and serve other gods and must be divorced and sent away. And in the times when the Israelites were settling the land and being opposed, whole communities of foreigners had been slaughtered. We shall see a surviving example of this later on day 137. But here, now addressing the returned exiles from Babylon, at a time when foreign wives were being sent away by their Jewish husbands, Ezra reads to the people some astonishing statements of social policy. In the same breath as providing for widows and orphans, the law also provides food and clothing for the so-called sojourners, the resident aliens, who had routinely been shunned and left to fend for themselves. In our own days of disturbance and upheaval across the world, with large movements of refugees and people seeking a life better than that they left behind, and in these days when the poor are finding life more difficult, these ancient laws echo down the ages to us as a clear indication of the right way to treat our own sojourners and poor people. It remains largely not their fault that they find themselves in such dire straits. The community has a responsibility towards them that speaks clearly to us from these pages. Tomorrow, other aspects of behaviour are dealt with. What is appropriate behaviour for the bereaved? And what kinds of food need to be avoided? I'll read that to you tomorrow and I'll talk about it then. See you soon.